speaking over the phone. Before the actual call, sit down and prepare for it. And during the call, speak clearly and be succinct. Be more mindful while you're listening so that the message you're receiving is not misinterpreted. Take down notes if required. And do not hesitate to ask for clarification if you need it. Always take into account the lack of non-verbal gestures while you're speaking over the phone. So put your 100% attention while you're speaking and listening to your audience while doing it over the phone. Now we'll get down to the essentials of how to draft emails. The key to a good email is an effective subject line. So start by writing an effective subject line that is precise and conveys the entire message of your email. Keep your email clean. Keep it short and get to the point. If you're trying to explain something, put it in simple language, and if it is possible, jot it down into bullet points. Be very careful with confidential information and who you're sharing that information with. Copy your team members only when required on a need-to-know basis. And never angry email. Even if you have to write it down, draft your email and come back to it after some time. Read it again before hitting the send button. And before you send the email, always question if it is a message that can be delivered in person. There is nothing that can replace in-person conversations. So you should always choose conversations over emails whenever it is possible. Now let us improve our professional vocabulary. In order to improve your professional vocabulary, it is very important that you understand your company's culture. Every company has a set of principles and values that they believe in, that they uphold through the work that they do, in the way in which they engage with their employees, and the culture that they build internally. So in order to understand that culture, read up about the company that you're currently working with or you want to work with in the future. Be observant of the various employee engagement activities that happens from time to time within the company. Pay attention to your managers and the language that they speak, the culture that they're trying to build internally in the team. And also try to volunteer for employee engagement activities. Contribute towards your workspace that is not just limited to the work that you're doing, but also extends to the kind of culture and relationship that your company is trying to build in the organization. Very important part of your professional vocabulary. These jargons refer to a set of specialized terms that are relevant and used frequently in a professional environment. While these words and terms are not widely used in general communication, they make professional communication easier and more effective because they have specific meaning in their context. While professional jargons might make communication easier in a corporate environment, it can often also create obscurity for freshers in the industry. Learning these terms and breaking them down will help you feel more included in your work culture. So let us look at some of the most commonly used professional jargons. Agile. Agile denotes to a method of project management used especially for software development that is characterized by the division of tasks into short phases of work and frequent reassessment and adoption of plans. Actionable. Actionable refers to a piece of information that helps you in taking an action in the right direction. All hands. An all hands meeting brings the entire organization together to share updates, ask questions, and to get to know senior leadership better. Unlike team or department level meetings, an all hands meeting ensures everyone receives the same information and messages. ASAP. As soon as possible. Bandwidth. Bandwidth refers to the amount of finite time and resources that one can allocate for any particular project. Beef up. Beef up refers to adding weight, strength, or power to something, especially to an idea. Best practices. Best practices refers to a set of guidelines, ethics, or ideas that represent the most efficient or prudent course of action in a given business situation. Best practices may be established by authorities such as regulators or governing bodies, and they may be internally decreed by a company's management team. Buzzworthy. Buzzworthy refers to something that is new and interesting in a way that attracts or deserves widespread talk or attention. Change agent. A change agent is a person from inside or outside an organization who helps an organization or part of an organization to transform how it operates. A change agent will promote, champion, enable, and support changes that need to be made in an organization. Core competency. Core competencies are the resources and capabilities that comprise the strategic advantages of a business. Cross-training. Cross-training involves teaching an employee who was hired to perform one job function the skills required to perform another job functions as well. Culture fit refers to an employee's beliefs and behaviors when they are in alignment with their employer's core values and company culture. Cutting edge. Cutting edge is an adjective used to describe the newest, most advanced version of a product or service. Deep dive. When a business has a problem, a deep dive may be conducted to investigate the issue and to mitigate its negative effects in an efficient and a most cost-effective manner. Deep diving allows the business to be more sure of their solution so that they can operate in the most risk-averse way possible. Deliverable. A deliverable is a tangible or intangible goods or service produced by a result of a project that is intended to be delivered to a customer, either external or internal. A deliverable could be a report, a document, a software product, a server upgrade, or any other building block of an overall project. Disruptive. In business theory, a disruptive innovation is an innovation that creates a new market and value network and eventually disrupts an existing market and value network, displacing established market-leading firms, products, and alliances. Drill down. Drill down is a capability that takes the user from a more general view of the data to a more specific one at the click of a mouse. End of week. End of week refers to setting a deadline for a deliverable at the end of any particular week. Firefighting. The time and effort that someone uses to deal with problems within a company or organization that need attention immediately instead of dealing with its ordinary business. Food chain refers to the hierarchical order of reporting in a corporate environment. Game changer. A game changer can refer to a person who is a visionary or a company that alters its business strategy and conceives an entirely new business plan. Get on board refers to joining or participating in a new team or project. Going forward. Going forward means from this point on, typically used to indicate a change in previous behavior or action. Growth hacking. The goal of growth hacking strategies is generally to acquire as many users or customers as possible while spending as little as possible. Granular. The level of detail considered in a model or decision-making process. The greater the granularity, the deeper the level of detail. Guesstimate. Guesstimate is defined as an estimate made without using adequate or complete information, or more strongly, as an estimate arrived at by guesswork or conjecture. Hand-holding. Hand-holding refers to the help and advice given to someone when they are doing something for their first time. Hard stop. Hard stop means that they have something scheduled immediately after the meeting that they are currently attending. Ideation. Ideation refers to the process of developing and conveying prescriptive ideas to others, typically in a business setting. It describes the sequence of thoughts from the original concept to implementation. In the loop. In the loop means that a certain group of people deal with important decisions or have specific knowledge of something and need to be included in a decision-making process. If you're in the loop, then you're one of the If you're in the loop, then you're one of this group and are party to a particular knowledge. Key takeaway. A main point or key message to be learned or understood from something experienced or observed. KPI. Key performance indicators. KPIs refer to a set of quantifiable measurements used to gauge a company's overall long-term performance. Paradigm shift. A paradigm shift is when a fundamental and/or monumental change or disruption occurs in current processes, models, or perceptions. Process improvement. Process improvement involves the business practice of identifying, analyzing, and improving existing business processes to optimize performance, meet best practice standards, or simply improve quality. Raise the bar. To raise standards or expectations, especially by creating something to a higher standard. Reach out. To make an effort to do something for other people. Resource intensive. A process, thread, or a set of related processes or threads that require significant system resources or time, or requires exclusive access to large amounts of data. Results oriented. Results oriented is a term used to describe an individual or organization that focuses on outcome rather than processes used to produce a product or deliver a service. Robust. Robust is a characteristic describing a model's, test's, or system's ability to perform effectively while its variables or assumptions are altered. Scalability. Scalability describes a company's ability to grow without being hampered by its structure or available resources when faced with increased production. Seamless. Seamless refers to something that has been executed smoothly and without any awkward transition. Standardize. Standardization is the process by which a company makes its methods, especially its production processes, uniform throughout its organization. Stopgap. A temporary measure or short-term fix that is used until something better can be obtained. Take it to the next level. Taking it to the next level is defined as to making something even better than what it is in the current state. Test the water. Testing the water is a process of finding out whether something is likely to be successful before you actually try to do it. Thought leader. A thought leader is someone who offers guidance and insight to those around them. In other words, a thought leader has a positive reputation for helping others with their knowledge and insight. Touch base. Touch base refers to making contact or reconnect with someone briefly. Transparent. Business transparency is the process of being open, honest, and straightforward about various company operations. Value add. The term value added describes the enhancement that a company gives its products or services before offering it to its customers. Vertical refers to a business niche where vendors